My fellow Singaporeans, these general elections is no ordinary GE. It is not only about the problems of today, but also about the solutions of the future. It is about protecting lives and livelihoods and rallying together as one nation to defeat the COVID-19 crisis. The PAP is telling you that to overcome this crisis, you must have complete mandate of all 93 seats in Parliament. Their idea for Singapore together is domination, with no opposition MPs elected into Parliament. Does this kind of Parliament really represent Singapore together? Surely we can build a better vision of Singapore together. A Singapore that is truly of one heart and one mind. A truly united Singapore means having a Parliament that reflects all views and not just the PAP view, or the groupthink of a single political party, but on the collective wisdom of different thoughts, experiences and ideas. This is good and will help Singapore not to be blindsided when we make important decisions together. PSP can be that elected opposition for you. For Singapore to be truly together, we must have trust between the people and the government. That is why we push for transparency, independence and accountability in government. We will ask the questions no PAP MP will dare to ask in Parliament, to make them account for their actions, like how they appoint office holders, to make them work harder for you, to remind them that they are public servants and not political masters. This will be very important going forward because the PAP will spend billions of your reserve dollars earmarked for COVID recovery measures. This is the biggest government budget in history. So it is vital for Singapore to put independent eyes in Parliament to check that our money is spent wisely. These measures should only focus on jobs alone. With the disease still raging, the strategy must also aim to protect lives as well as livelihoods. Protecting lives means reshaping national policies from a community healthcare angle to bring the virus spread under total control. Unless we reduce infection rates, foreign investors and tourists will not come to Singapore. That is why virus control must be our top priority. Sadly, this campaign we have heard little from the PAP on their virus control plans. They took their eyes off the virus. As for protecting livelihoods, you have read our manifesto, which contains details of our proposals on CPF, housing, and what we must do to put local businesses and workers first. As borders take time to reopen, we will make sure the government spends our reserves to nurture strong local businesses, to grow local supply chains, and to encourage innovation. This is important because local businesses will be Singapore's growth catalyst in a post-COVID economy. I've now come to the end of my speech. Let me finish by thanking all our supporters. We never take your warm and strong support for granted. Thank you, young voters. I value your vote because Singapore is not just my country. It is yours too. You deserve a future that you can believe in when this crisis is over. So vote PSP and we will shape Singapore together. Also, thank you, my senior voters. I know your worries about COVID-19 disease, and I promise that your health and safety will be my top priority in our COVID fight. We will be in Parliament to protect you. Last but not least, thank you all my other voters. You may have voted many times before, but this time you can vote for transparency, accountability and independence to check on how the next government spends our reserves, and also to build a real Singapore together that includes non-PAP voices. If we stand together as Singaporeans, there is not a force in this world that can tear us apart. I believe this with all of my heart, and you must believe this too. Please stay safe on polling day. I wish you well. For country, for people.